Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm back with a brand new speed build, this time doing a little tiny retreat in Selvadorada. So this is a 1-bed, 1-bathroom build and it's set on this 20 by 15 lot, which is the very tiny one in Selvadorada, and it comes in at just less than 45,000 simoleons. So it's actually not a bad price, but obviously that's not what you would pay to holiday here. You'd pay a certain amount like per day. So, but the actual build in total is 45,000 simoleons. So I was kind of like thinking, you know what, I've not actually built in this world for the longest time. In fact, I can't even remember the last build that I built here. I think it was literally it might have even been a massive mansion a really long time ago, but I can't even remember. So I thought I would show Selvadorada a little bit of love and build just a little small holiday home. So I decided I wanted to go for a little bit of a Tuscan look using lots of oranges. That's kind of a little bit of an Italian feel to this particular villa, and I was literally just playing around, messing around, using different windows and doors, just seeing what I could come up with. But I really love this particular lot in Selvadorada. It's just very tiny and it's just a really cute little lot. But don't be kind of fooled by the screenshots or the recording at the beginning and the end of the video, because that was actually done in Solani, and that was only because on this particular lot it's quite hard to get the angles to get the screenshots and things like that. So it just made sense to move it over to Solani on a big lot where I could really pan the camera around the build. So this was built in Selvadorada and it is a build for Selvadorada, but obviously place it wherever you like. So I really wanted this to be a really cute little self-contained holiday kind of apartment where you could go and it would have all the amenities that you needed, almost like a home from home. And it had lots of things like a pool and sun lounges and just all the nice little relaxing elements as well. So I did go ahead and add in plenty of bits and bobs from Jungle Adventure. I always like to, especially when I'm building in a specific world, just have a look at the pack that came with that world and just add in some kind of relevant items, if you know what I mean. So I did go ahead and add in quite a few bits from there just to kind of give it that extra jungle look. It's not a jungle look at all, what am I talking about? So anyway, moving on to more important news, I actually got a really special, exciting delivery this morning. And I actually knew it was coming anyway because it was a surprise gift from EA and The Sims, which was to celebrate the 20th anniversary of the Sims franchise. And they've sent out some game changers. I don't know if it's just in the UK that have received them, but we all received some cupcakes, which are absolutely gorgeous. Now, I knew they were coming because I'd seen a few posts of some of the game changers receiving them over the last couple of weeks, but they arrived today and boy, were they good. But honestly, a massive thank you to Electronic Arts and the Sims team as well. I just thought it was a really nice, sweet gift. And it's quite an honour to be able to be a part of the celebrations like that. And yeah, I was very pleased with them indeed. I did make a joke how I was going to eat them all before the kids came home, but I thought, no, sharing is caring. So all my kids have had one and I've had one. So, and I've even saved one for my husband. So we've literally all had one each. But yeah, I think that's like my first little interaction with something Sims related on the front of like memorabilia and all that kind of stuff, because I don't really have any, I haven't got any t-shirts or any cups or anything like that. I was actually thinking I should probably sort myself out with something, but yeah, that's like my first little bit from The Sims, and I've eaten it. So also a massive thank you for all your recommendations on Netflix. I think I'm pretty much sorted for life now. I've got about 1 million series that I need to catch up on, and my list on Netflix is absolutely huge, so thank you very much for that. In fact, I did get quite a lot of recommendations of things I'd already watched, but it was awesome because I got a load of recommendations of things that I've definitely not watched, and so yeah, I'm definitely going to have a look through those and doing a bit of binge watching, you know, with all that time that I just don't have. You know, there's just not enough hours in the day for me at all, because I do The Sims in the day as well as look after my daughter, and, you know, I do a little bit here and there whenever I've got the a bit of time. And then I've got social media as well that I try to keep up on, and that is hard enough in itself, because over on Twitter I love seeing other people's creations, and I always try and retweet them as well if I see something that I really love. And there's so many people over there. Like, the Sims community is on Twitter basically, and it's just amazing looking through, but I just can't keep up with everything. There's that much stuff. Like, I open the app, get incredibly overwhelmed, and close it again. That's about my interaction with social media. I'm rubbish. But no, I do go on there and I do try and catch up with people, but it's just tough. I just don't have enough hours. So I did actually manage to go to sleep at a reasonable time last night, because the night before I was up till 2 a.m. That's when I was trying to do stop motion. That's the night that I nearly actually threw my PC out the window because I just about had enough. Needless to say, we are definitely not going to be having many of those on the channel. But I hope you're all really well and you're having a fantastic week. Oh gosh, I opened the news today and I don't even know why I look at that, because, well, A, I've not got enough time in the day, as I just said. But B, it's just like, it's so dramatic. And I opened the news app and there it was, a headline about the UK that we're now looking at closing schools for 2 months. Now, I know it's like sensationalised because it's the news, but you know, this is actually happening I think it's happened in Italy now, or some places like that. And I put on Facebook this morning, on my personal Facebook, that, you know, if that was going to be the case and my kids were off school for 2 months, so that it would kill me off in itself. So I'm really hoping they're not, because I've got so much stuff planned over the next few months. I love and bless, but, you know, 2 months at home, can you imagine? Every day is just going to be like, Mum, is it Mike on the Xbox yet? No! And I've literally just had a week of that, and that's enough. That's enough for me. I can't cope. So yeah, that was like a really fun start to the day. And then, what is going on with the weather in the UK at the minute? I mean, don't get me wrong. I know we're used to rain as Brits, and I know we always moan about the weather regardless of what it is, but it has literally just been raining non-stop for weeks upon weeks. And I don't even know why I'm mentioning this, because I literally don't even leave the house anymore. Like, my other 2 children, I used to do the school run up until very, very recently, and then now they're kind of old enough to walk themselves, and it's only 5 minutes down the road, so I trust them that they're, you know, grown up enough to do it now. So I literally barely leave my house now unless I'm going out with, like, my daughter or something. But I am a Brit, and it is built in my system to moan about the weather. So there you go. Yeah, it's flipping tipping it down. Oh, I had to laugh this morning though. I posted up on Facebook that I'd received these, like, cupcakes from The Sims. And I never post anything to do with The Sims on my own personal Facebook. I just don't put anything to do with my YouTube or anything like that. So I think I've only ever posted once, and that was like a year and a half ago, something like that. And it was just to do with my YouTube channel. That was it. So I did this post this morning, and one of the mums from school messaged, and she was like, I didn't know you had anything to do with The Sims. And she was like, oh God, I love The Sims. I used to play it right up until Sims 3. So then she was like, inbox me your channel. And she messaged me and she was like, I had no idea you were a geek like me. I love playing games. So I couldn't stop laughing, because as a mum, all you ever hear, to be honest, the majority of the time in the playground is people moaning about the kids playing computer games. And I can understand, you know, kids are dead into computer games. It's a fun thing, isn't it? But, you know, as far as parenting goes, as long as it's done in moderation, I don't see any harm in it. I actually think that it's far more stimulating for a child to be using their brain and actually, you know, concentrating on something and doing something strategically within a game than just to be sat watching telly. I mean, that's just my personal opinion. But obviously it's not the personal opinion of absolutely everybody else in the playground. So whenever I have these conversations, they're quite awkward, really, because obviously I feel a little bit different about it. And we are like a huge gaming family. I mean, like I say, everything's done in moderation anyway. at the end of the day, the boat stops with the parent, as long as you're making sure that they're having just a, you know, a normal amount of time, downtime, then there's no harm in it, you know. So yeah, looks like I've found myself a playground geek mum I can chat to. I must admit, I do get a bit shy about it. I always find it a weird thing to kind of talk about. You know, like when someone asks you what you do and you just kind of like, as a mum, you don't want to say, oh, I play computer games. But that's what you do. So now it's like this whole, oh, I'm a content creator. It's just when they ask further questions, I'm always a bit stumped and I always end up stumbling across my words. So I just avoid it. I just don't talk about it. And so the majority of people just think I'm a stay-at-home mum, which for the best part, I am. But anyway, just coming back to the build, I am now working on the interior, which didn't take me any time at all to do because obviously it is only very tiny. But I did want to include everything in it, like I say, like a home from home that your sim would need. I didn't go mad with anything like electrical. I think I did put a TV in here, but ultimately, especially the world of Selvadorada, it's just a case of you just want to go there to explore because there's just so much fun stuff to do. But I wanted to make sure that the Sims were comfortable in this house and they had everything that they needed. So it's obviously got a fully functioning kitchen, a little place to eat here, as well as, you know, a little place to chill out in the evening, and it's got a little bedroom and a little bathroom. So there's plenty of space, I'd say, for a single Sim or a couple. It's like, it would be a little bit more like a romantic retreat. So I also included in the outside of this build things like a pool. We had a couple of sunbathing chairs or recliners, whatever you want to call them. And we had a place to eat. And I think I included like a little yoga mat as well. So there's a few things that you can do in this build as well. So it should keep your Sims nice and busy for however long their stay is. But I can't believe it's Friday already. Like, where are the weeks going? I feel like I'm blinking and it's the weekend. It's not a bad thing though. The bad thing is when you blink and it's Monday and you're like, no, this is hell. But yeah, it's Friday and I'm really happy. So I'm excited because I've just got lots of stuff that I'm doing in The Sims that I'm really interested in, and I've got a build on the go at the moment that's nearly finished, so I'm looking at starting something else. And I appreciate all of your build suggestions as well. I've made a note of the majority of them to, you know, work my way through, see what I can come up with. I am kind of enjoying doing, you know, quite different builds from one to the next as well. You know, doing a little bit of a smaller build, then doing a big build, then doing, you know, it's just been nice. And I think it keeps me interested as well as a builder to just like change up the dynamic and do some different stuff. Also, initially with this living area, I was going to place in a sized down fireplace, but then I've never done that before and I don't know whether the fireplaces are functional if you do that. So I do actually need to play test that and just see if that, you know, can be a thing. So I ended up deleting it because I just wanted to get it furnished, and but I'm going to try that out because I do think it would be better for the tiny builds if you could actually size down fireplaces, because some of them are absolutely huge. And obviously with Christmas time, or it's not called Christmas time, it's like winter holiday, you know, with a winter holiday, you get like the Santa Claus come out of the fireplace or whatever it is. So I always think it's quite nice to have a little fireplace in a home, and just, you know, when you're playing the game, it kind of comes in handy. So I might figure that out later on. But I think I'm going to do some Sims actual gameplay tonight. You see, about a week ago, I was going to do a challenge, and then I ended up not doing the challenge and just starting like a Sim in a tiny home and kind of going from there. But I was watching Plumbella actually last night, and she was doing a really fun version of the 100 Baby Challenge, and it really made me want to try it again because she cheated as well. She was like, I use cheats and that's that. I make my own rules up. And I thought, yeah, I might do something like that and attempt it. But I'm thinking maybe a generations challenge or something long-winded. But I don't know, I never have the time to play, to be honest. I'm always too busy building a house. Or if I start a Sim, I always think, God, this house is rubbish, I'm going to have to build one. And then I just think, great, back to building. But anyway, enough of my waffling. I hope you're all really well and you all have an amazing weekend. Don't forget to subscribe if you've not, and give me a big thumbs up, and I'll see you next time. Bye.